And we're live. Welcome, welcome, welcome to
That
our.
we are live.
Woo-woo.
Okay, hello, Keisha. How are you, dear?
I'm awesome. I'm excited that we are live and we are going to have the fabulous introduction of our meetup group today. I know you're
Yeah,
excited too, Shakira.
I am indeed. I am indeed. I'm feeling a little bit of challenge here because my PowerPoint doesn't seem to want to come up, but I think it'll be up soon.
I know.
Uh,
It
maybe
never seems
my
to fail. Right when you're ready to begin, you start to have some technological challenges, but this thing is so simple that we, we're going to push through those challenges.
Yep, yep.
All right.
Um, so I don't know. I can't tell if we have any guests on board just yet. Um, if you're viewing from, you may be viewing from a couple of different places. So you may be viewing us from Google Plus. If you are, it would be wonderful if you would just send us a little shout out in the um, on the Google Plus page. If you're watching us from our webinar page, from our actual webinar page, that would be great if you would just send us a little note. Um, if you also let us know if you're having any problems with any of the links that we sent to you to have this event. It would just be great if you would. It looks like 4 people are listening. I don't know if that's actually true, um, but I would like to know if it's true.
So what I'd like everyone to do is if you're on social media, if you could use the hashtag Biz-E Blogger and let them know you are live on the Biz-E Blogger Meetup online webinar. We're going to start the introductions in just a couple minutes. We're going to give a few people more time to join us. We're excited for those who registered ahead of time and anyone who just got the word. We welcome you. We welcome you to the first meetup group, and we decided to do it online because that's what we're talking about. We're talking about how you can be successful online by blogging. We're going to have online marketing tips and techniques and strategies that we want to share with you and let you know that how important blogging is to any individual, whether you're a business person, an entrepreneur. If you have something you want to say, you want to blog about it. So, guys, stay tuned. We have some great information for you, and we're going to start our introductions, let you know who we are in just a few more minutes, waiting for some of our registrants to join us. We're not going to hold you long, but we do have some valuable information for you. So welcome, welcome.
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, do you have your PowerPoint up yet? I don't know why my PowerPoint is taking so long to show
It's
up. Maybe it's because I have several pages open here.
application.
Um, yeah,
Yes, it took a few
that
minutes
is
to
the
come
time
up,
also.
but it is up.
Oh,
Guys,
good. Okay.
we do have a Facebook group that we want to share with you, and towards the end of the meeting, just to have you, if you're interested in joining our Facebook group. But if you have not already joined our Meetup, that information was in the email that you received. If you haven't received the email, in the webinar uh, comment chat area, you can let us know if you need that. We want you to register for our meetup group. Now, that's if you're in the Delaware Valley area. Now, if you happen to get a hold of this link and you're in another state that is not in the Delaware Valley, New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia, and Delaware, then we welcome you still. And of course, we want to share value with you as well. But this meetup is exclusively for people in that area that is interested in blogging. Maybe you're a blogger already. So if you need that information, please put it in the chat area and we'll get that right to you. All right. So, Shakira, I think we can go ahead and
Um,
get started. We're excited.
I just want to share my screen.
Okay, you ready to share your screen already?
Yeah. Just
You want to wait till after you do your
yeah. I think
introduction
yeah.
before you share your screen, and let me share.
Well, I mean, it's just so people, yeah, just so people will have our names so that
No
we.
problem. Guys, my name is Keisha Parker. And just to give you a little bit about me, I am excited to be one of your hosts today for this meetup group. And Shakira and I had an idea because we have been blogging for several years now, and we together have a combined over 50 years of business administration, blogging. I'm an accountant by trade. I have over 20 plus years of accounting experience and business administration experience. So we want to share our value with the community, with the area, because we know there are millions of people out there that want to share their story, share their services, share their products, and they just don't know how blogging can play a major part in doing that. And we just said, you know what, we're going to come together and we're going to create a community of bloggers, new and experienced, that can work together to just really increase their mindset as well as their skills to help them succeed online. So, guys, I'm excited, as I stated, to be here with you guys watching. And as I stated, if you could just go on to social media, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and let them know that you are live on the Biz-E Blogger Online Meetup and you are ready. So guys, get ready, get some notes, get a pen and paper, get your recorder, however you choose to record this information, and stay tuned, stay with us until the end, and you'll see you'll have so much information that will help you succeed with online and with blogging. So Shakira, I turn it over to you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Just to introduce myself a little bit, so people know who they're talking to. Yes, we do probably have well over 50 years and of experience in the professional world. My background is economic development, small business development, organization development. I spent one period of time when I was chief of the state of New Jersey Minority Business Office. So I do understand business. I love working with people. I also am a coach, so I love working with people, and I am on a personal mission to really support anyone who is interested in entrepreneurship to build a business. That is my passion, and of late, given the times that we are in, the tea leaves that I've been reading help me to understand that any business, I don't care what you're doing, you must be online. In fact, I can't remember if it was Steve Jobs or Bill Gates. One of the two of them said something that I quote all the time. If there are only two kinds of business now, those that are online and those that are going out of business. So really, you either have to be online or you are going to miss your market. And the reason why we say a blog is so important is because a blog is like your real estate on the internet. This is your home on the internet, where people get to know you, where people get an opportunity to meet you. So I mean, there are all kinds of reasons for blogging, which we will go into. But my passion is really to help people to do that. So when Keisha and I belong to a community of bloggers, and we made a commitment that we were going to create a local community. She's in Philadelphia, I'm in New Jersey, and we've made a commitment that we are going to help people in our area to learn how to do this. Because once you learn how to brand yourself and market yourself online, you don't ever have to worry about having income again. You can create it at will almost. There's a learning curve, though. So we wanted to create this community of people who can come together and learn together. So that's my introduction, and I just wanted to say those few words. And we can now kind of get into the meat of the meetup. I was hoping that we would be able to know who's online with us. if you are online with us in any way, whether you are on our the Google Plus page or the webinar page, I'm not sure where else you may be, but if you could be on the YouTube page. I'm not sure. If you are, it would be great if you would introduce yourself. If not, then we can. Is what we wanted to do is kind of to go into seeing who's online with us.
Right. We want this to be interactive, so we want to provide the value that will serve you the best. So we do have an agenda, but if we can get some feedback from you, that just makes it all mesh just better.
Right.
So if you can, like we said, on your webinar, let us know who you're out there. And, you know, some people are watching this live, and some people will be watching this recorded. And, guys, I'm going to put it in the chat area where you want to connect with us on Meetup and on Facebook. So while I do that, Shakira, is there anything else you wanted to share about that until we get some people to respond? You want to just go ahead and tell them the purpose of our bloggers meetup group?
Right. Well, yeah. So let me just kind of see if I can start this little. Yeah. Okay. So hopefully you can see the webinar here. So the purpose of our group is to really we want to be able to provide support for people who are interested in learning how to blog. Let me is my slideshow moving a little here?
No, it isn't.
There we go. Okay, there we go. Okay. So our intention is to provide support for both.
I don't see it moving, Shakira. Sorry.
Do you see anything now? What are you looking at? What am I showing?
Screen. You may want to just share a different screen. It's not moving. It's still there. It's still in the front first initial screen, it's showing the sidebar as well.
Wow. Okay. Wait. Well, that's just weird.
That sometimes happens if it's the wrong screen. You have to try a different screen to share.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. Okay. Mm-hmm. Let's see.
You know, when they switched over and transitioned to this new Google Hangout, took us through a little loop trying to figure out how they changed everything that they changed.
Right. Isn't this weird? Okay, wait a minute. Let me end the show here and see what is it I'm doing that doesn't seem to be working. Oh, you know what? Maybe I have to. We're sorry, folks, for this little bit of fumbling action going on here. Let's see.
If you just joined us, we want to welcome you to our Biz-E Blogging and Online Marketing Meetup group that we're doing online. And so many people they're not even familiar with this platform. It's a free platform that you can use. Google Hangout is amazing for you to reach a larger audience and have them interactive as well. It's just a great tool.
Okay. Now, did that help at all?
I still see you, Shakira.
You still see me? Okay.
Did you click your screen share again?
I thought I did. Wait a minute. I guess maybe I didn't. PowerPoint. Okay. There we go. Now, did it share that? Okay.
It's coming. Yep.
Oh, good. Okay.
There you go.
All righty. Okay. Very good. Very good. Very good. Now, Okay, so we want to provide support for both new and experienced bloggers. We want to help people to learn how to blog. We want to help people learn how to brand themselves by using a blog. Now, and this branding piece is important. If you are a professional business owner, meaning, or a retailer of any kind, meaning you have a retail store or you have a professional service, let's say you're a coach, you're a consultant, you sell you have a little variety shop, or you have a clothing store, a little boutique. You sell shoes, you sell bags. Maybe you do vending. Maybe you're one of those people who you go around to different conferences and so forth, and you vend. The challenge that people in your business model has is to be able to distinguish yourself among all the other people out there who sell what you sell. And this includes even people who do network marketing. I have a network marketing company I love. And so what distinguishes my product from the other person who is selling the exact same product? So the idea with a blog is to help distinguish you between yourself and other people who are selling what you sell by sharing with your prospective customers how your service and your relationship with them will be unique and better for them. So the blog helps you to do that. It helps in that kind of that know, like, trust factor. People get to know you, they get to like you, they get to trust you because they see what kind of material you share, and particularly if you use video of yourself in your blog, which we also will teach you how to do that. And of course, importantly, in these times, we will share with you how to monetize your blog. How do you make money with it? How do you turn those views and those readers into buyers and loyal customers? So those are the things that I wanted to share. Did you want to say anything about this, Keisha?
Actually, no, because we're going to share more information in detail about it, but that's just a general idea of why we wanted to put
we're
this
doing
group
this
together and start this community. And it's not just, like Shakira said, not just for new people or just people who are interested in learning more about blogging, but we want to network and grow a community of experienced bloggers as well, because the whole idea when we become leaders, I love the concept of learn, do, and teach. And so that is why we're here. We learned it, we're doing it, and we want to now teach it. And other leaders in the blogging community, we want to network with you as well so that we can help build a successful group of bloggers in our area.
Right. Okay. Very good. So
now, Shakira, I know the next portion that we had was the interactive portion where we wanted to communicate. Do you see towards the bottom there if we have any live guests with us right now? If so, I know some people are shy and they're behind the scenes, but we really just wanted to know who you are, your name, and where you're coming from. If you currently have a blog, what brought you here? Why did you decide you want to be a part of this group? And that's specifically for those people that are already in the Meetup group. And if you haven't, I put a link on how to get this webinar. I'm going to put the Meetup as well. But we want to know what brought you to the group. So elaborate just a little bit, maybe a few words, what brought you here? And what
do you see any
gain from participating in this type of group? I've been a part of other meetups and I've learned some things. I also help to share some information as well as a part of the group. So it's always a give and take. So we want to know, what do you hope to gain from participating in this type of group? And also, one thing you believe you can offer this type of group, because that's important. Whenever you want to receive something or you want to get some love, I believe in reciprocity, but you always want to add. You want to add value. You want to add to whatever interaction that you have, value to that, and then you also receive value as well. So we want to know one thing that you think that you can share in this group. So if you want, you can put that information in the chat box area. As I stated, if you're with us live, that's awesome. If you're watching this recording, we still will be monitoring this information, and we ultimately want you to join us in the Meetup group. So come on over. I'm going to put that in the chat as well. So Shakira, you want to, I want to turn it back over to you.
Okay. Let me go back to sharing the screen again. I think I had put it back on you while you were talking.
Yeah, I did see the screen up there,
Okay.
which was helpful, but let's see.
Okay. Good. So I wanted to, given that it doesn't look like we have anyone who, I don't know, or did you have a response from anyone? I can't tell whether
I'll
anybody
check
is.
that. I will
Yeah.
check, but we can just
Okay,
go
that
ahead
would be good.
on it, and I'll just.
Okay, so I'm just going to, I'll start with, so what is it that makes for a successful blog? I mean, we're just going to start from the beginning. We don't know how much experience you may have with blogging, but we're just going to kind of assume that you're new to the subject and that you are interested in learning. So what makes for a successful blog? The first thing is you want to know who you're talking to. You want to know who it is who's out there who is interested in your message. And we have a way of helping you to figure out who that person is, and we describe that person kind of as your avatar. And we help you to we will help you to give shape and character to that person. Who is it? Is it male? Is it female? Is it people between the ages of 18 and 25, or 18 and 45, or 25 and 50. We help you figure out what is the demographic of the person that you're talking to, and that's important because you want to know what it is that you can say that will bring that person into your listening, into your space, so that you can begin to establish a relationship with them. And knowing your avatar helps you to actually get clear about your message. You have something that you want to share, whether it's expertise, whether it's a product, whether it's a point of view, whether it's a cause that you want to promote. There are a lot of I know that part of the people that I talk to are social activist types. And so so the people that I'm interested in talking to, they care about causes. They care about nonprofit charitable items, efforts. They care about living sustainable lives, making sure that we minimize waste, that we maximize our use of energy. So those are the kinds of things that I want to talk about with the people who are in my audience. So I want to get clear about my message to them, and we help you to get clear with yours. Your blog needs to have readable content. When I say readable content, what I mean by that is content that is easy to digest. The reason that people enjoy blogs and get a lot of information from blogs these days is because it's short, consumable information you can read in 2, 3, 5 minutes. People are not going to stay on your website and read dissertations. They're just not going to do it. So you want to have readable content. Whoops, what happened? I went backwards. Okay, readable content. You want to have good copywriting skills, good headlines. You want your site to look good. You don't want it to be jumbled up. You want it to be kind of clear. You want people to be able to navigate your site easily, like move from one section to the other. If they saw a blog on your site last week, and maybe 3 weeks from now they want to come back to it because of some information that you shared. When they go back, you're probably going to have newer content. You want to be able to make it easy for them to find the blog that they were reading a week ago. So that's about site navigation and how your site looks. Is it easy to get through? You want to have, especially if you're interested in promoting something or selling something, you need to have very clear calls to action. People will actually do what it is you ask them to do if you ask them. So you want your calls to action on your blog. Let's say it's not a video blog, it's a message blog. You want to be able to have it very clearly stated. Click this button. Go to this link. Subscribe to this newsletter. Contribute to this effort. Register for this event. You want people to be clearly instructed about what it is you want them to do. And if you do, they will do it. People will actually follow your recommendation if you are very clear about it. You want to be transparent and you want to be personable. That is the point of the blog, to have people get to know you. Even if you have the kind of blog where you invite guest bloggers or guest speakers, there are a lot of people that, they kind of take the Oprah Winfrey model of blogging, where they will invite guests to come on and and they'll interview those guests for valuable information. There are many people who follow blogs like that. There are some very lucrative blogs out there. I'm thinking of Frank Kern. He recently posted a blog with Tony Robbins. I can't imagine. I don't have any idea how many hits that blog got or how many books Tony Robbins sold using that format. But it was a huge number. And it's because Frank Kern has established himself as a reliable and resourceful blogger and business owner who people trust. They trust his information, and they trust him because he comes on. He lets you know who he is. He is transparent and he is personable, and we can help you establish that kind of relationship with your audience as well. So that is what goes into a successful blog. Lastly, but not least at all, is you really want to be shameless about your promotion. In fact, if you're putting this blog together, you're spending the time to create good content, valuable content for your readers and for your customers and for your audience. You want to make sure that it gets out to them. You want to spend 20% of your time producing that material and 80% of your time promoting it, putting it out there on the links and the venues and the sites where when people type in what they're looking for into Google or Bing or Yahoo or whatever search engine they choose to use, they can find you. They can find you because you have been shameless about your promotion. We really want to encourage you to do that, and we want to support you and help you do that. So, what skills are needed to operate a blog? Were you going to do this piece, Keisha? Did you want me to go through this?
I will. I wanted to also just elaborate a little bit on what you shared. You gave some valuable information, Shakira. Yes, I'll take it over and hand it back over to you in just a few minutes. But you mentioned about the promotion. It's one thing. That's just the first part. The first part is blogging, but it doesn't stop there. So we blog, but we also need to promote it, because what good is a blog if nobody sees what you're sharing? Nobody gets to really, connect with what you're putting out there on the internet. And what we want to share with you next is the skills needed to operate a blog. I know that when I first came online, which was a little over 3 years ago, because I didn't share with you, I'm also a network marketer. I have over 5 years of network marketing experience, and was honored by the owner of the company as one of the leaders in this Philadelphia area, in this market. And what I wanted to do is take this business and take it online, which many network marketers want to do. But I was intimidated. I wanted a blog, but I didn't know how to start a blog. And I know there's many of you out there that feel the same way. You don't know where to get started, because how do you put it together? WordPress. Can you just imagine with all the different things that it takes to put a blog together with WordPress? It takes so much time and so much energy into putting it together. So you have to have design skills to do that with some of these hosting sites for your blogs. And that's some of the things that you need to really operate a blog. So I didn't do it right away. I just procrastinated, to be honest with you, on starting a blog. And, I'll share with you in a few more minutes on when it was that I did do it, and I found it very simple and easy to do. But some of the other things that make the skills that you need to operate a blog is the blogging platform. Like I shared with you, WordPress. There's bloggers, right? We have WordPress, bloggers, we have free, we have paid. But truthfully, there's differences in those two. Because with some of the free sites, you don't get the traffic that you want. You don't really have any authority over what you can and cannot do on your page. There's things that you can and cannot do when you're working with free platforms. And so, which limits you. It limits you when your goal is to make money using your blog, or to use your blog to make money. Using a free blogging site or platform will limit you with that. Shakira gave some great examples of different companies or business owners and entrepreneurs that want to use a blog. And I do know that, as I stated, as a network marketer, I wanted to promote my products on my blog. When you're using a free site, they don't look, at entrepreneurs or network marketers specifically. They don't want you promoting those type of things on their free platform. So you have to choose something else. You have to pay, and sometimes those paid hosting sites, they're not the best sites. And it takes lots of technical skills to really build it and pull it all up. So if you don't have those skills, it could take you quite a while to really just establish your blog. So with blogs also, you have SEO skills, so you have a blog. But when we talk about people seeing it, it's not just about where you place it. It's about, are you getting the traffic? Is it coming up in the Google searches? You want to know SEO, which is search engine optimization. If you don't have that knowledge, it will make it very difficult for people to view or get access to what you're sharing online. I mean, there are billions and billions of people looking for what you have to offer, looking for your product or service, looking for your solution, But if you don't know those skills so that you can make the first page of Google, or, we have on-page SEO skills and techniques, and then we have off-page SEO skills and techniques, and we're going to share more with you on that because that's really getting detailed. But if you don't have those skills, it's really hard. Syndication, Shakira shared with you about that. You have to be able to syndicate your blog. That means you want to put it out there on social media sites. You want to put your articles out there on e-zines and different other platforms where you can share what you are promoting. So that's another skill that needs to be done. And I already shared about traffic skills, but I spoke about free stuff like social media. But there are other traffic skills like PPC, pay-per-click, and CPA, and banner ads and solo ads, all of which you can put on your blog, which is on page, and then off page, where you have to know a little skill to get some traffic from those things. Other marketing things to help you with your blog, because like I said, the first part is writing your blog, putting the content on your blog, but you have to promote your blog. So we'll be sharing information about email marketing because it's necessary. You need to market. You need to syndicate. Email marketing is another way to syndicate and get lead development, because without without capturing the leads of the people that come to your blog, it's difficult for you to maintain or maybe offer your product to them if they don't immediately make a purchase. So it's important to know how to develop leads and how to get leads from the traffic that you bring to your blog. I already talked about social media. Shakira explained business skills, and the blogs help you with branding skills. But if you don't know these things, you're not going to be as successful as you would like to be. These are some of the things that we are going to be helping you to learn if you don't already know it. And then also, if you are experienced in those areas, we want to connect with you so that you can help the other bloggers in our group uh, be more successful in those areas. Shakira, can you go to the next slide?
Sure.
And
Maybe.
I'll turn it back over to you for that portion. And I'll check to see if our viewers have any questions for right now. It's a lot of information, and we, our goal is to share that information with you. We want to make sure that
Right.
you're receiving value from what we're sharing, and any questions you have, we'll answer them towards the end. But I'll check right now while you're going over that, Shakira, for any questions.
Oh, am I going over this? Did you want me to cover this? I'm
Yes,
sorry.
that's
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, Keisha just went over the various skills. I mean, those are, just a few of the primary skills that you need in order to operate a successful blog. Now, so there are a couple of ways to do that. You can do all of that yourself, which of course requires a good amount of education and training. And of course, when you invest in that level of education and training, of course, that is time consuming. Of course, the best way to learn how to do all of that, of course, is to learn as you do. So that is entirely possible. In fact, that is the way most people actually engage their blog. As Keisha was saying, it took her a long time to get going blogging. Me too, as a matter of fact. Excuse me. I still have a blog on the internet that I call Extreme Alchemy, and I really had such great hopes and dreams for that blog. I wanted to just put out a bunch of ideas that had been rumbling around in my head like marbles, and I wanted to get them out on a blog. And I went to WordPress and I set up the free blog, and then I soon discovered that I really couldn't have the blog look the way I wanted it to look or provide the kind of information that I wanted to provide without having my own domain name. So then I had to figure out how to go and do that, set up my own domain name, and then transfer over to and I never remember whether it's WordPress.com versus WordPress.net, but anyway, it's paid versus free WordPress blog. I mean, I had to go through a bunch of learning before I figured out how to make something happen with that blog, to the point where I actually kind of let it lie dormant. Now I will probably go back and pick that one up, but I've learned how to do that, how to put a blog out there. But it took a long time and a lot of education, a lot of training. There are now ways, however, of having a blog put up in such a way that it's done for you, where you can get it up and running quickly, and you can earn while you learn how to do this. And there are a number of blogging communities out there. We belong to one. It's a very large, very supportive community. Probably over 100,000 people are in the community actually active. There are 300,000 people who have blogs in the community, but about 100,000 are really active in really promoting and learning and helping each other to teach. And in the community that we belong to, there is a strong possibility for a solid income stream. So both of these are reasons why we thought it would be useful for us to create a blogging community, a live blogging community in the Delaware Valley area, where for those people who were struggling, who want to do it yourself, we want to offer you help and assistance through the experience that we have. For those of you who are interested in having a blog created and done for you, we want to offer you at least one alternative that you can use for that possibility, and that will allow you to, as I'm saying here, earn while you learn. You can promote whatever business, whatever project, whatever company, whatever service you want to offer. You can brand yourself and promote that product or service or engagement while you are learning how to really do this blogging. And again, as I said, my personal mission is to help anyone who's interested to learn how to generate income as an entrepreneur. And in my mind, this is one of the finest ways that I've seen to do it so far. So it's done, do it yourself or done for you. So I guess, is there anything that you wanted to say specifically about that, Keisha, before we go to talk more specifically about this particular group? Okay, you're muted.
I got it here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so what I do, we could take this slide down too as well right now.
Okay.
What I did want to share is that it made blogging more enjoyable. I mean, all entrepreneurs out there watching this right now are business owners. When you're getting started with anything, it can be tedious, as Shakira said, time consuming. But when you have a network and community of other bloggers to help you get through the kinks, it makes it much more enjoyable. It makes it, more fun. It was more fun for me learning the new stuff and just learning how to maximize and just get the blog out there. And when we had those mentors that were able to help us, and Shakira, didn't you find as well that it took away some of the intimidation of that learning curve?
Absolutely.
You were able to get the task done more quickly. You were able to learn it more quickly, and you were able to just become more successful in a shorter amount of time. And Shakira, if you can you take the slide down, take the screen share off?
Sure.
Sure, thanks.
Wait, well,
Shakira shared that, it takes some time sometimes to get traffic to your blog. And if you don't have the information, or, we know the Google and the internet has loads and tons of information, but the time it's going to take you to, first of all, research and access that information, and then learn it all, and then perfect it, or at least we don't really want you to perfect it before you start doing it, but enough knowledge to really start taking action could take, who knows how, years, right? I know I went to school for 4 years, right? And Shakira, I don't know if she mentioned it or not, but the education and amount of money that we spend on education adds up to about $15,000-$20,000 between the two of us. And,
easily.
And we're talking about years of experience here that we want to share with you, so that you don't have to spend that kind of money. To do that. It took some time for us to figure it out, and either you have do it yourself or done for you. We want to help you make it more seamless and help you become more successful more quickly. So Shakira, I'll take over the next piece where we want to share with you what you can expect from future meetups. is we'll have meetups on a twice a month. The first one will be online, and for that particular meetup, we want to focus on personal development. We're going to have introductions to any new members that have joined the group at that time, and then we're, going to give you some value, some content about blogging, but the intent of that particular online meetup will be for personal development, because truthfully, Shakira and I both have learned that it doesn't matter how much skill, how much technique you have, how much knowledge you have about how to do a process. If your mindset is not in the right place, or if you don't have the shift that you need or the personal development that you need to really succeed, none of those skills and techniques are going to help you. I mean, there are many people out there actually that have all of this knowledge in their head, but unless you implement it or take action to actually start producing results, and personal development will help you do that. So you're not going to have the success that you want until you have the shift that you need in your mind to do that. So we want to focus, and a part of our group, on personal development. So that's what our online meetups will be, and they won't be any longer than about an hour, which is what this one is about today. Also, we're going to have offline meetups, and that's when we get...
Yeah. Keisha?
Yeah, yes.
I just want to say one more word about
Sure.
the value and the use of personal development. I want to say that there are people, in fact, I want to say that this is probably true of many people out there, that say they want success. They say they want a lucrative business. They want a comfortable lifestyle. They want time freedom. They say they want these things. They desperately, in fact, they may desperately want those things. But in the back of their mind, they really don't believe they can have them, or that they don't deserve them. And what that is, it's a result of a disconnect between our mind and our spirit, or our heart, whatever you want to call that heart center, that spirit center, that I. When you say I do something, that the person that is that I that you're speaking of, there is a disconnect between that entity, that person, that being, and the brain that operates that being, the mind and the brain that operates that being. There's a disconnect there. And what happens is, in order for you to begin to generate the success that you believe that you want and that you really do deserve, you have to realign yourself. You have to take away the barriers, the dust, the barbed wire sometimes that exists between your heart and your mind, and toss it aside. You have to step aside that. And that's a mind job. That's an inside mind conversation, and that's what we want to discuss online, because the people who you want to connect with are out there. They're waiting for you. They're waiting for you to connect with them, but you haven't yet stepped out and made the decision to go out there and connect with them. Once you do, you will realize, you will generate the success you're looking for. But before you get to put your fingertips on the keystrokes in order to put that blog together, or to pull up the camera and start speaking your vision, your message, you really need to get in alignment. And so we want to spend a little time every month getting ourselves in alignment, practicing how we do that, and then we want to spend the rest of the time doing what Keisha's going to talk about next, which is our offline meeting. You're muted, honey. You're muted.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
Okay.
I didn't want to interrupt you with any sounds or anything when you were speaking. We will have a monthly live offline meeting workshop where we will dig into the meat and potatoes of blogging and online marketing, the skill building. everything that you're going to need to be successful online with your blog, with the real estate that you have online, your home online. And as Shakira mentioned, and as I stated, there are skills you need. There are things that you need to make blogging successful, and we're going to provide that in more detailed training at these live workshops. All right, so that'll be once a month. First, you want to get connected to our Meetup group, so that we can make sure that we can reach out to you and inform you of these upcoming workshops and online personal development meetups. Our monthly meetups will be at a cost, which is $49, and it is, it's the value of the workshop well exceeds that amount. It's probably 3 to 4 times that amount. We're going to spend at least 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours working with you, training you, and then like one-on-one training. If you have specific questions that you need, things like that will be going on at the workshop. And our next Meetup offline workshop will be Saturday, January 10th, 2015 at 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And we'll provide that location in our Meetup group. So you want to get to us in that Meetup group. We're going to be talking about the avatar that Shakira was talking about earlier. Who is your audience? Who is your target market? Who are you talking to? Who do you want to see your product, your service, whatever it is you're offering? Who is that person? We're going to help you develop. First, figure out who is that person. You have to know who that is. Define who it is and create who that person is. There are techniques and things that can help you create your avatar. We're going to talk about message clarity. We're going to help you set your intention and decide what it is that you actually want to do. What is it that you're going to do? What is your message that you want your avatar to hear? And we're going to also train on SEO, on page and off page, search engine optimization. So that this way, when you put your content, your message in your blog, you're going to have some search engine optimization on page, and we're going to train you how you do off-page search engine optimization. A lot of people are just going out there, putting up blogs, and no one's really seeing it. No one's really, it's not getting to anyone. We're going to give you the information to help you make sure that your information that you want your avatar to see is reaching your avatar. So this workshop is going to be $49, and there is a way that you can make this workshop almost free, okay? Pretty much free. And you want to, ask us about that, and we're going to connect with you on the Meetup. If you have any questions right now, you can put it in the chat area as well. And when you connect with us in the Meetup, you'll get more information on this workshop. And truthfully, the first 5 respondents, because it's limited seating, and we'll be working in small groups, because we really want you to come away from that with everything that you need to really, if you're new, you want to be up and going in. And Shakira, I don't know if you mentioned it for the experienced bloggers, and I touched on it a little bit. When you're working with some of those posted blogs, you're not able to monetize your blog.
Right. On some of those blogs, yeah, especially, you might be able to get away with a small amount of sales, but if you start generating a lot of traffic on things like Blogger or Tumblr or any of those platforms, it's hard to really monetize those blogs. There are some like Wix that you can monetize a bit, but you pay for Wix. if I'm not mistaken. You pay for that platform. The challenge with that platform is that you're there, but you're there by yourself. Also, I'm not sure whether or not if you create a a blog platform or a website on Wix, whether it is an authority site, meaning if you look up that site on Alexa, if you look up your site on Alexa, you are, your ranking is somewhere down there in the gazillions. I don't know if people know about Alexa as a ranking organization. Alexa.com ranks websites on the internet. And to give you an understanding of what that means, if you can imagine what is the most visited website on the planet, I'm sure everybody here would say Google. And you're right, because if you go to Alexa.com, the number one ranked company number one ranked website on the internet is Google. And in fact, it's probably a couple of Googles, because I think there's Google US, Google North America, or Google Europe, or Google Asia, whatever. It's there. And then there's Facebook, and there's YouTube.
Fighting for that number one spot.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, Facebook is battling Google all the way, down to the wire. And YouTube is right up there. Although YouTube now is owned by Google, so they took an unfair advantage there. But the point is that you started Google as being the number one most visited, most trafficked website, and then you go down from there. So if you're on a site where it's not even your own domain, it's very difficult for people to find you if they search for you. Even if they put in, let's say you sell seamed stockings for women. Now imagine, not a lot of women are wearing seamed stockings these days, if any. And they're specialty items. So if you type in seamed stockings and you sell those, you want your site to show up, and your site can be on the first page of Google if you know how to get it there. But if you don't, if you're on one of those sites where there's not a lot of you don't have the authority because it's not your domain, you may actually not show up at all. So it's hard for people to find you. You may show up maybe on page 5 or 6 or 10 or 15 of Google. Now yourself, when you go to Google and you're searching for something, you search on the first page. Maybe you go to the second page. Occasionally, if you're desperate, you go to the third page. After the third page, it might as well be on page 1 billion, because you're never going to see it. So we teach you about all of that stuff.
Definitely. We'll be having in-depth training on how to index your blog if you're already have a blog out there. And when you get started, that's one of the things we'll be training you with as well, how to index your blog so that you are shown on the first page of Google, getting the traffic and the leads that you deserve to get. So guys, you really want to connect with us online, and if you want to have success, you've been wanting to blog for a long time, connect with us at this meetup group. Connect with us on Facebook. I have my Facebook page up here in the Facebook.
Oh, excuse me.
.com. God bless you. /Keisha.Parker. We also, like I said, we have a group online that we will have for our members that decide to, become a part of our organization here. But we are, we have tons and tons of value that we want to share for you who want to become a blogger. And if you are an experienced blogger, I know that there's some things that you probably didn't even know yourself on how to really, really monetize your blog. And the platform that we use, done for you platform is, we're going to share more about that. Shakira, did you want to say anything else before we just close it out?
I can't think of anything really. I just wanted to thank people for coming. Yes. If you missed the live presentation, we are gonna the recording is going to be available in YouTube, and there will be a page here. The webinar page will be left up for replay.
For a limited time.
Definitely, you can ask. You can provide questions if you have comments or questions. We'd love to hear what you think about what we've shared. Leave comments, questions, feedback of any kind, either on the Google page or on the YouTube page where the recording will be placed. And we just invite you to join us. We are excited about the possibility of sharing this with you, about the possibility of having you lock arms with us as we say in our organization, fight the forces of evil and move forward into prosperity and productivity, really. So that would be my final word.
All right. Well, I'm so glad to be here with you, Shakira. And for our viewers out there, I do see that we have some viewers, but they didn't have any questions at this time. And like you said, if you're watching live or recorded, there's a way for you to connect with us. And just connect with us on our Meetup group. I placed it in the chat below, right underneath. Any questions, you can put it right underneath and connect with us. We're excited about our upcoming event on January 10th, correct, Shakira? January 10th, right?
Yes, I believe so. I think that's it. Wait,
January 10th.
I'm a little confused here. I can't. It looks to me like my camera's on, but it doesn't look like I'm on screen, so I don't know what's going on.
I see you up there. I actually.
Do you see me? Oh, okay,
I do. So good. I don't know if it's actually going back and forth as we speak, but guys, thank you for joining us. We are so glad that you took the time out of your schedule to be here. As we stated, we have tons and tons of value to share with you to help you be a successful blogger and online marketer. So with that being said, Shakira, I'll let you close it out.
Okay. Well, I just want to, as Keisha said, I want to extend my thanks for your time, your attention, and here's to your success. So hope to see you soon or at some point. Take care, everybody. Oops. Well, let me just.